is on their feet, and they all got their money's worth tonight.
In the upper left USA, some people search for the elusive Bigfoot, and some go forest bathing in the fern-filled foliage of the Pacific Northwest. But I am here in Port Angeles, Washington, to find overgrown military batteries built along the western coast to defend America from attack in World War II. The first location I visited is the easiest to access and set aside as Salt Creek Recreation Area. From 1942 to 45, it was known as Camp Hayden.
So right now I'm at the bottom of a trail called Bunker Ridge Trail. It climbs up 1,000 feet, and there's bunkers at the top which look over the Strait of Juan de Fuca. So we're gonna go for a little hike. It is a really lovely hiking temperature, just right, nice and cool and fresh. And as I'm heating up and exhausting my heat and CO2, this forest is breathing it in and breathing out deliciously fresh oxygen. Perfect temperature.
As the expansive Pacific coastline faced the Axis power of Japan, Puget Sound and the Strait of Juan de Fuca needed defense from the threat of naval attack. Thick concrete walls, enormously heavy-duty door hinges for these massive, thick doors. You can see they tried to wall up this battery, and this concrete block has been stuck in partway. Is a very big room. So what was in here? And now. And a crawl space, subfloor under here. Wow. People have, stay up there, girl, smashed these walls open here. Let's walk down the hallway, see what's down here. More rooms. At the end of the hallway, we do have a vertical ladder escape. That's cool. Ladder hatch. That goes straight to the surface. People have been doing a lot of partying in here. There's just graffiti everywhere. A lot of cans and bottles. And fireworks. There's also water. Water drops on the ceiling. This viewpoint for the battery here is so overgrown, you can barely see out of it. It's just this tiny little hole in all of the undergrowth. These salal bushes have just nearly hidden this battery completely from view. It would be impossible to spot. Standing on top of it, it's nearly impossible to see. The coast is quite beautiful here, with rocky outcrops, sea stacks, and sandy beaches. It's just a shame Crescent Beach here is privately owned, and they charge a fee to use it. One of these bunkers at Camp Hayden you can actually drive through.
and I'm driving through it now, which I have to say is pretty cool. This is the very first World War II era bunker I've ever driven through. And it exits at one of the gun placements. Wow. The gun size here is massive. They could fire a 16-inch, 1-ton projectile almost 28 miles in distance. If you want to imagine what a 16-inch gun looks like, this here is a 14-inch one. It's actually a loop, so you get to drive through the bunker twice. And these are some shells on display for scale. It's almost the same height as me. Pretty cool that they've put those back in. 900 feet to the south of the main battery in a separate bunker is a plotting and switchboard room, which has 12 to 15 foot thick walls and a 16 foot thick roof covered by 3 feet of earth and now trees. This was to isolate the plotting and switchboard room from the concussion of the 16-inch guns, as well as any incoming fire. The guns were only test-fired once before Camp Hayden closed in 1948. And for those living on the West Coast, I can say we're thankful war never came to these shores. Through doing more research, I was able to visit some of the lesser-known battery structures. They require a little beating around in the bush. Some are perched on high viewpoints of the coast. What do you think, Nate? Here we are. Another bunker. There's a pretty good view from here. I can see across the whole Strait of Juan de Fuca and all of the mountains and coastline near Victoria all the way to the west. It is a really good vantage point. I could see why you would want to build some defenses here. There is an enormous drop off at this one. It seems like it's almost straight down, maybe 300 feet. Such a steep cliff. And this is right at the very top. Further along, I visited another one, camouflaged in the woods. I find it fascinating that these bunkers are just being left behind and forgotten, overgrown by the forest, reclaimed by the foliage, because I prefer to explore them this way. They're lots of fun, you have to work a bit more, you have to bushwhack through the forest, and you could be really close, you could be nearby and not even notice it, so you have to be really aware of your surroundings. And boom, but they're still here for you to visit. So this one's basically another duplicate of the previous one I was at. 2 rooms at the back of this one. Someone's dropped a deer carcass here beside the road and it friggin' smells disgusting. Battery 249 is set aside for bat habitat, and you can see here the bat gates are installed so they can still fly in and out. Thick steel gates. Wow, look at that tree growing on top. A full-grown tree growing on the top of this bunker. That's unique. A marker for the North American boundary. between United States and Canada and the Pacific Ocean.
If you enjoyed this video, my next one will be about an abandoned military fort on this island, so stay tuned.